Hello guys, what's up? My name is 100 Black and White and welcome to another legit survival video where I try to beat the Ender Dragon, complete most of the achievements in Minecraft, and defeat the Wither. Now today I don't really know what I'm gonna do because um haven't really recorded a video in a long time. Trying to see if we can do any easy achievements right now, but uh not really anything easy I can do right now. Okay. So I'm just gonna go on another mining expedition, but remember guys, if you would like to play Minecraft stuff with me or just talk about something with me, my Skype will be in the description down below. You can add me to I'll add you and then we can do Minecraft stuff together or just talk about stuff. But if you don't want to do that in a month's time that I've added you, then I will remove you from my Skype contacts. Now I mentioned before in this series that I like to play sports, past tense. It's really fun. It's a really good way to get exercise, and it's really it's a fun thing to do. Sports is a fun thing to do. I don't necessarily like watching it though because people get too overzealous over it, and it's just a game in the end. It's just a game. That's all it is. But I'm recording this literally right as the Super Bowl is happening. It's currently halftime, and I um when when talking about when watching the game, I kind of thought about something. And again, with every one of my discussions and talks that I have in the series, I would love to see you guys comment down below what you think of what I'm talking about, or if you want to answer any of the questions I say in these videos. But while I was watching the Super Bowl, I was thinking to myself, why is it such a difficult sport? I mean, yes, I know you have 200 to 300-pound men tackling at you at high speeds, hurrying a lot, and also there's always the pressure of messing up and ruining your social image in front of millions and millions of people. Yeah! No, I don't like those singers! Okay, but anyways, so I was thinking to myself, why is it so difficult? Besides all of the pressure and besides all of the pressure and the beefy men tackling you and constantly tackling you and you getting hurt, I mean it's a pretty straightforward game. Now before you guys comment down below telling me how, oh, I'm so wrong and football is actually a really difficult sport, how would you know since you don't play football or even professional football even more? Don't worry. First of all, I got a talk already from my family, but I wanted to talk to you guys about how I came up with this thought. Well, everything in football besides the pressure of messing up is based off of science and math. The direction and angle that the quarterback throws the ball, the the speed of the players, the distance of how far a quarterback can throw, the position you have to be to most likely guarantee your chance to catch the ball, and also to hold the ball in your hand, how much force you need to implement on the ball to keep the ball from being knocked out of your hands. Now again, in the comment section, you guys are gonna be like, oh, but how in the heat of the moment, how can you possibly calculate all this? And yes, I don't want to see the show. But okay, so I hear what you're saying. How do you think of all of this in the heat of the moment? And the honest answer is it's really difficult, but it you can just make estimates. For those of you who don't know, estimates are approximations that make the most sense to what you're trying to achieve. So let's say you're a quarterback and you're trying to pass the ball to someone on the field. Now you can estimate the distance that you're trying to throw the ball in order to reach the person. Then you can calculate how strong you are and how much force you need to implement on your throw in order to reach the distance of where the person or where the player is at. So that's pretty easy. Trying to estimating the distance, estimating how strong you are to figure out how much force you need to use on your pass in order to make a complete pass. And if you're on the receiving end, you need to think about what your best position is in order for the quarterback to get in order for the quarterback to make the easiest throw possible for him. Now you're obviously not gonna stand in the part you're obviously not gonna stand where all of the defenders and linebackers, if I believe that's the correct term, are. You're gonna stand where it's open. The quarterback has a large not range, but has a high possibility of throwing the ball to you and you catching it. And you're gonna implement enough force on the ball in order to catch the ball, possess it, secure it into your possession, and make sure that it's deemed complete. Now again, this may sound really difficult, but with estimates you can make a pretty good guess on how to do this. Ooh, nice. Okay, so let's say the tackling thing that I was talking about. It's very hard, yes, for a person to calculate how much for a person to calculate how to deflect a tackle. But from physics, if my memory serves you correctly, if it doesn't, you can always correct me in the comment section. But if my memory serves, if two forces of mass have implemented the same amount of force onto each other, they'll both repel each other until one force is stronger than the next. So if you're a 200-pound person and you're going against a 250-pound person, you're going to have to implement more force. You're going to have to implement more force in your tackling in order to repel the 250-pound person from taking you down. Whoa, that's so much more. But I hear what you're saying. How could you estimate that? Well, first of all, momentum has a large part to do with this. The more momentum you have, the more force you'll implement on the person, and the more you can repel them from tackling you. Now again, I hear what you're saying. It's really hard to calculate all of this. It's really difficult to calculate all this and figure out in the heat of catching the ball, in the heat of running across the field, how much you need to do with this. Oh, gosh. But let's let's think about it. Everything in football is physics. How much you need to, like I said, how much force you need to use on the ball to make sure it doesn't slip out of your hands. What is the distance that you have to run and how fast you have to run once you get the ball in the current position that you're at, and etc. etc. So I said this to my family, and yes, as I've already told you, they ridiculed me to all heck, stating that it's hard to think of all of that when you're in the heat of the moment. You're being tackled by 200 to 300 pound men. and basically along the line of that. But then when you think about it, these people are evenly matched. They both had an equal to around the same amount of practice time, if we're gonna say that. They both are they both know the realms of football. They both know how the game is played. Both know what they have to do in order to get points in the game, in order to advance towards the field. So it's really an even match. My my strategy, if I was a football coach and I was in the game, would be, oh gosh, I wonder if I can get a potion out of. Oh wait, and then oh wait, oh gosh, there are two witches. Oh gosh, wait. Yeah, another ender pearl, nice. So my thing, if I was a football coach, would be to always make short plays to get yardage. For those of you who don't know football, who just watches for the Minecraft gameplay or even the talks, um, oh god, football, in order each play you're trying to get 10 yards in order to reset the amount of downs you have. Now you have 4 downs to reach it to the end of the field, but every 10 yards that you make, your downs reset from wherever number they are to back to 1 down, or first down as it's called in the game. Now if you keep making short passes that are easy to make, you can get yardage and you can keep resetting the amount of downs you have, which is what I was thinking. But there's always the argument that the opposing team will catch on to your strategy and just always block your teammates and always oh oh and always block your teammates from, is it, what, I even down here? No. And block your teammates from, oh, I was right here. Yeah, okay. And block your teammates from block your teammates from executing the short passes. They'll create formations to count out your passes. So then So then, to that argument, I'm saying that since everyone is pretty much evenly matched and there's an equal amount of people on each team, all you have to do is have one person go against one person, make sure that person doesn't get out of line, and then have the one person with the ball get the yardage. But then there's the argument of, but then there's the argument of, but people are unpredictable. You can't just assume that this person is gonna do this. And to that I say yes, you are correct. You are correct in people, you cannot predict what people are gonna do. Even if you have a formation, even though you think you know what they're gonna do, they could always mix it up, they could always change their strategy and do something that unexpected that you weren't thinking of. So that's unfortunately where science doesn't play a part in. As much as football is a calculated game, you cannot predict humans, which unfortunately is, now that I think about it, is the one downfall to this theory, is that people are unpredictable and they make plays based on their judgment, sometimes more than what the coach is saying. So unfortunately, as much as the coach tells them to do something, they might go out of their way and make a play that wasn't told by them. So I guess now that I think about it, I guess now saying all of this, the theory of football the theory of being able to win football just by strict science and mathematic calculations are just wrong because of the fact that humans are unpredictable, and we cannot predict what they do, because even if they're told something to do, they can always go against it because they have choice. And guess I guess that's just really interesting about sports, I guess that's why people like sports, because I also said this while I was talking. People don't watch sports because of people don't watch sports because of the actual game. If they do, if you do, I applaud you for actually watching the game. But most people watch the game because their team, the people who are representing their state, are are playing in the game, and they want to be supportive, and they want to represent them. Not represent, but they want to support them. Which is why people watch the game. It's to support their team, cheer them on for winning. Oh man, I wanted a gunpowder. And just like if they win, then be there for them when they win and cheer them on so they do good. So that's why I don't like watching sports, because people are too hyper for that reason. And I guess that's what makes this game really interesting. It's kind of like just anything that someone does. It's people support you for doing your best, even though they're not actually part of the thing that you're doing. They're just supporting you. And I guess I guess that's the good thing about it. I guess that's the why people watch it and why people like it. Just and also because they want to relieve stress and they don't want to really worry about anything. But it's a matter of the supportive fact. People are supporting their state or city or whatever, and they're just trying to do as much as they can to help those people to win. It's I hate I hate using this connection for basically everything, but it's kind of like YouTube. Like, we make these videos for whatever reason, but there are people who support us, even though it, even though it might not be YouTube may not be, even though the person making the YouTube videos isn't really affecting them, or you're like nothing bad will happen if the person making the YouTube videos goes down. But it's just amazing. It's just amazing. I don't know. Hmm. Gosh, I wasn't trying to choose a philosophical topic because the last one's been pretty philosophical, but hmm, I guess I guess it just comes out. I guess just the philosophical talks just come out. Hopefully, I can find some topic that won't be so philosophical or stuff. But that's why I love this series for this exact reason, because like I can talk about something, and then it's so amazing when you get like a new when you think about something in a whole different way. It's just amazing, like having a new perspective on something, and creating these conclusions that you never thought were possible or that you never even thought of. That's just amazing. It's just amazing. And after we're finished melting this, I'm gonna end the episode off here. So I'm just gonna start with my outro. Remember, guys, if you want to do Minecraft stuff with me or just talk about whatever, my Skype will be in the description down below. You can add me, I will add you, and then we can play Minecraft stuff together or just talk. But if you don't want to do those things in a month time that I've added you, then I will remove you from my Skype contacts. And I guess if anyone watches these videos, like, because I know that my Minecraft content isn't like the more popular stuff on my channel, just because A, I don't really get a lot of people who watch my videos in the first place, and B, a lot of people who do watch my videos are more like into the League of Legends content than my Minecraft and Pokemon videos. But if you guys want to, if you guys have anything you want me to talk about, you can leave it in the comments down below. But um, no, I'm good.
Chocolate or coffee? Chocolate or coffee? Coffee.
But with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, goodbye.